everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. It feels like it's been a very long time since I've last updated the Use That Eyeshadow project, but it's only been a month, so time is interesting in these summer months. As you guys know, I am randomizing 3 eyeshadow pans out of all of my eyeshadows in my collection, using them for 10 times as a way to cycle through my collection, play with a lot of stuff, but also use this as an opportunity to declutter, because at this stage, I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes I've received from BoxyCharm that I haven't even touched yet, because you only got so much you can do, and I tend to use my palettes holistically, meaning I tend to use one palette for a cohesive look. Some exceptions, but that's my general go. I'm so excited, so let's just dive right into the progress. Starting off with what's been in here the longest, the Dominique Cosmetics Transitions palette. This was one of the first eyeshadow palettes that I got in BoxyCharm. It looks like this wonderful gorgeousness. Again, with 10 uses, you're not going to see a lot of movement in eyeshadows, but the shade I had rolled in was this one up here in Natural. I had used it 4 times the previous month, so I had to use it 6 times this month to reach my 10 uses, which I did, and we can now roll this guy out. Natural, as you guys can see, is much more of like a setting your primer kind of shade, so that's how I used it, which meant I had free reign to do whatever I wanted. I did a lot of soft and sweet and blushing, though those tend to be my crease colors. Played with cinnamon and coffee bean and chai and hazelnut. I think I did mocha. Like, I played with this palette. Now, it is an all matte palette, which isn't my preference. So I use this as a companion palette to play with some single eyeshadows, glittery eyeshadows. So I had some fun with that. 10 uses, goal is met. We're gonna be rolling in a new palette, which of course is always my goal, to roll in at least one new palette every single time. So, very exciting. Second up, my Natasha Denona. This is the Cupid palette. This is it right here. I had rolled in the shade Nude Veno, which is this one here. And as I talked about last month, I didn't touch it because I am saving it for going traveling, so it is much more compact, and I can trust Natasha Denona to not do weird stuff on my eyelids to last all day, so I can focus on visiting family rather than be like, what's going on with my makeup? Because no one wants that. As of last month, I had used it 4 times, 0 this month, so we're still at 4 out of the 10 uses, but that trip is going to be coming up soon, so I'll be able to get my uses on this guy coming up. And then for my third and final eyeshadow in this project, we're going to Persona the Identity 2 palette. Another BoxyCharm palette. For me, this was a choice item. I had rolled in the shade Brave. So again, we're continuing the trend of those deepening up the outer corner type of shades. With Brave rolled in, I've been actually able to play with a lot of this palette. And don't get me wrong, I do like the palette. I am wearing it today, going a little bit more neutrally with the look. But in terms of colorful looks, this is much more of a fall palette, so the looks are coming out a little deeper than I want them to for the summer. With rolling in Brave, I've been able to so far play with every single color in this palette except for 2. One of them is Independent, which is that gorgeous blue. I want to use that one all over the lid, so that'll be coming sometime soon. And I have not used Limitless, which I would use as a deepening up the outer corner shade. I don't really use eyeshadow as eyeliner because I'd rather just use an eyeliner. But that is the palette. 5 uses on it, 5 uses to go. Which brings us to the exciting part of the video, because I have rolled out my Dominique Cosmetics. We get to roll just one, but it's still rolling in one more palette. So here is my app for the random number generator. So let's see what we are going to work with. All right, number 389. We have rolled in a palette I have not played with before, so that's always very exciting for this. And that is going to be the Lorac. So this is their Pro Palette Artist Edition, and this is another BoxyCharm item. Now the shade I rolled in was Gold. So I'm going to need to rely on my little card here, but we probably know what gold is going to be looking like. Gold, which is actually looking more coppery, is this one right down here. So again, this palette is completely untouched. That is going to be a very summer appropriate color. Again, more neutral, which is my more everyday. Although if we're going to play with color, this is the time. So I guess we're just going nice and neutral. Obviously can do a ton of cohesive looks with this particular palette. So I'm very excited. So again, just that little guy right there. So this is my current stack. So we have a matte brown, and the gold color. So very, very neutral. Let's take a moment to talk about some goals for the next month. Obviously, I will play with all of these palettes, but obviously because this palette has been hanging around for a little while now, because I'm saving it for traveling, we're going to get those last 6 uses out of Nude Veno. That is going to be priority number 1 for this particular project. As you guys know, I've been very focused on my Lorac liquid eyeshadow that's rolled in a deck of panning. I am trying to finish it off. So I have been really trying to prioritize that, using it 2 to 3 times a week. But if I can, I think I would also like to try to get my last 5 uses out of Brave as well, and just get this palette knocked out. It's been a little while since I've been able to roll in 2 new shades for this project, so we'll see. If I hit that goal, fantastic. If I don't quite get there, it'll be really, really close for next time. And obviously, I will get some use on my new Lorac eyeshadow that I rolled in. But that is everything for today's update. So nice, short, and sweet. So thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe so you do not miss the update in another month. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.